Hello friends, this is Coldrun. Welcome back to Final Fantasy Record Keeper, where we're continuing in the first island of the prelude to the record dungeons. This is the Untrodden Paths, where last time we did the harrowing 13 start, and this time it's on to Final Fantasy IV. So Cecil's soul break is interesting. So it's darkness, deal damage to all enemies and the user. I remember coming across this in one of the remakes and being really surprised because I don't think this... I think I would have remembered if this were in the Super Nintendo version I played as a kid. I didn't remember that version there. Hold on. I can't believe there's so many paintings. You still hear the voices, Alara? Only faintly, but yes, it's calling to me. Okay. This should be all wrapped up soon, right, Coldrun? Yeah, I mean, you haven't seen the prelude. You haven't seen the overview of the islands. I hope she's right. That strange magic is getting stronger. I've got a bad feeling about this. I should probably talk to Dr. Mog about it, but why not? Do you not trust him? Are you... Gwah. What is it, Psoon? Gwah, gwah. Wait, is that... I knew it! Way to go, Psoon! Nice job, Psoon! Gwah, gwah. Is Psoon supposed to be a reference to anything? I mean, I know there's plenty of, like, Boko and other, like, Chocobo companions, but Psoon, like, the name Psoon is a very... I don't know... I thought it might be like, I tried saying it backwards, like, is it reference to, like, Jeremy Noosp, famous 14 director or something, but I can't think of anything like that. Come on, Coldrun. Right. Sorry, Psoon, you're gonna have to wait for us again. Gwah, yeah. Well, you don't know what this painting's gonna contain, like, there's a lot of horrifying outcomes. Best case scenarios, it would be like Final Fantasy V and you just get to chill with Boko. I promise we'll be right back. Be a good girl, okay? Gwah. Thanks, Psoon. Okay, I'm all set. Then let's go. The legendary opening. An airship. Look, there's a whole fleet of them. The noble red wings. Well, not really noble at this point, but... Crewman, Captain Cecil, we will arrive at Baron shortly. Very well. Captain Cecil, could it be? Captain seems kind of down. After what we did, who wouldn't be? Yeah, talk about trauma. You hit them so hard they disappeared out of existence. Bwop. Orders are orders, but killing people, innocent people, to get the crystals isn't right. The Red Wings are supposed to protect people, not harm them. Cecil, that's enough. But, Captain, those mages did nothing wrong. Surely you don't condone what we've done. What a good arc Cecil got. It's so classic. Just what I'm... Final Fantasy IV is harder to return to than some games because it's so linear. But I think that's also a strength of it. I tend to like the more linear games than the ones that just let you make any character, any class. Cecil, all of you listen well. The raid on Mysidia was imperative. His Majesty and his council concluded that the Mysidians and their broad knowledge of the crystals posed a serious threat to our kingdom. For Baron to prosper, we need the crystals. As soldiers of the Royal Air Force, we must achieve this by whatever means necessary. Captain. I knew it. I knew Cauldron. I knew it. It is Cecil. And this airship fleet must be the famous Red Wings. Yeah, this is like... I'm going to headcanon that Cauldron grew up playing the Final Fantasy 2 on the Super Nintendo like me, and that's why he's so pumped. Alara. So that man in the black armor is their captain. He seems very kind, but I also sense ominous power within him. At this point, Cecil is a Dark Knight. Don't spoil it for her. Saying at this point Cecil is a Dark Knight is like expectation spoilers. He's using the power of darkness on the king's behest. I see. Monsters! Oh yeah, yep. Captain, monsters sighted dead ahead. This is the eyeball and the raven. Like the Ahriman or the little baby Ahriman in the zoo. Prepare for battle. Lara. Right. We'll help you. You're the new recruits. Again, that's really cool how the painting... I love that. I really like that narrative device, how the painting, like... There's something about the painting's corruption when it sucks them in that it automatically, like, gives the other characters, like, the memory of who... It already gives them a place in the context of the story. Here they come. Ah, cockatrices. Okay. Oh, shit, I had auto on. My bad. I mean... Couldn't have done it better myself. Round 2. Yeah. Let's just... You know what? Good idea. Let's just do the same thing. Bonk. Not like it matters. Blade Blitz just wipes them all out. Maybe not. I spoke too soon. That one cockatrice is an elusive little bird. I'm defending just to avoid hearing that dinky little plink plink sound of Alara bopping them. Got to do darkness to see the little wavy things. Oh, my bad. I think we'll get to see it eventually, though. Soldier. Ah! Cecil, you all right? There's more of them. Damn. Here's the zoo. This is putting up a little bit more of a fight. It's lasting single round. You know what? We're defending because I want to see darkness. Does weak Polka stack? I think the Bard abilities tend to stack, right? Such a cool... I like that that animation. Cecil, is everyone okay? All accounted for, sir. Cauldron and Alara, was it? You saved many lives today. I'm pretty sure that Alara just bopped something with her staff and your Blade Blitz, like, took care of everything. I thank you. You're too kind, sir. But all these monsters as of late... Disturbing, is it not? I wonder what it bodes. I remember... Oh, God, this is just a very little personal family member. I remember my older brother and I just cracking up at watching... It was something about the way this was translated on the Super Nintendo. Like, how it said, like, the monsters have been increasing of late, as if it's, like, a serious social problem in the world. Like, yeah, homelessness is up, the economy's in the tank, and, you know, monsters are increasing. Like, something about it just a good memory. We've reached the Crassum, Lord. Cecil, well done. Prepare for landing, men. Bagan, Reagan, Palestine. Ah, the young lord returns, triumphant. You did secure Mesidia's crystal, did you not? Cauldron. I know him. I guess he's what you might call a traitorous snake. Oh! Is that... I never hit me. Is that why Bagan is all... why his monster form is all snaky? Because he's a traitor? Because he's literally a traitorous snake? I wonder if I should tell Cecil about what happens later. No. No, you know about the... Don't mess with the timeline. No spoilers. Cecil, the crystal is ours, but the Mesidians... They didn't even raise a hand in their own defense, Bagan. All's the better then, is it not? Only fools would dare oppose the almighty will of Baron. Come, we must not keep his majesty waiting. A moment, my lord. Bagan, your majesty, I fear our good Lord Cecil's faith in you begins to waver. King of Baron. Does it now, indeed? Your loyalty and worth are proven once again, Captain Bagan. But the crystal is all that matters. Bring him before me. As you wish. Did Bagan have hair exposed in the Super Nintendo game? I don't remember him having hair. Maybe he had a helmet, or maybe I just don't remember. It's more likely I just didn't remember. Lord Cecil, His Majesty bids you enter. Is the King of Baron going to acknowledge me too? The Kingdom of Baron hails your return, Cecil. You have brought me the crystal, I trust. I have, your majesty. Cecil! Cauldron? Cauldron, you are in the presence of his majesty. Whatever it is, it can wait. Yes, sir. Relinquish the water crystal. And, like, I'm teasing him a little bit, but if you imagine you actually were a kid and you knew everything that was going to happen and you got plunged into this part of your favorite story or one of your favorite stories, and you could help the hero and tell him, like, blow everyone's minds and look like some super... Like, that could be... That feels like that could be the plot of, like, an isekai thing. No, I'm sure it is the plot of an isekai where people are shoved into, like, a story they... Because I know people being shoved into, like, game worlds where, you know, they've played the game before is a thing, but I think that's... Is that... I know that's usually done for, like, people knowing how to, like, game the mechanics of the world. Is it ever done where, like, is there an isekai out there where, like, the character is isekai'd into, like, the start of a story that they know it's going to happen and they can affect the outcome by, like, telling people spoilers and stuff? I don't know. I don't blame him for his excitement there. I really don't. Bacon, it is genuine, your majesty. Of course, if he did say so, then I'm sure he would likely be just executed in short order by Keinazo and Bagan. So it is. See how it shines. That will be all, Cecil. You may leave us now. Great use of silence here. Your Majesty. Have you some other matter to discuss? Bagan, our king has granted you your leave, and yet you would trouble him further. I know it is not my place to ask, your majesty, and I pray you can forgive my indiscretion, but what is it you aim to do? Your ways are not as they once were. My men's hearts grow heavy with misgiving. As does yours? Your majesty, no, I would never doubt. Do you take me for a fool, Cecil? Do you think your treasonous whisperings escape my ears? Dude, you act like you have a giant spy network. Bagan told you this for the first time like 2 minutes ago. After all I've done for you, Cecil, you wound me. He was... King Odin, like the actual King of Baron, was like a foster parent to Cecil, wasn't he? A foster father, something like that. This is most unfortunate, but I can place no trust in one who offers none in return. I hereby relieve you of command of the Red Wings. My liege. You will go now to the Valley of Mist instead. There is a task I would have you do. A phantom creature haunts the borders of that land, the Eidolon of Mist. You will slay it and deliver this ring to the village that lies beyond. They will know its meaning. Be gone at first light on the morrow. Remember, attack when the tail is up. Wait a second. Do you have any idea what Cecil and the Red Wings went through to get that crystal? He doesn't deserve to be treated this way. Stand up for your hero. How dare you speak to His Majesty like that? Easy, Bacon. Cecil, take these two with you. Consider it an act of mercy. Wait, okay, no, I was wondering, like, when is Cain gonna come into this? Yeah, here he comes. Your Majesty. I beg of you, my liege, reconsider. You know, how did you hear? Were you just listening at the door? You know Cecil and his men would not betray you. Oh, get pushed. Ah, Cain, I was not aware this matter concerned you, but as you seem so eager to protect your friends, let your spear accompany them on the road to Mist. Your Majesty. I've no more words. Take the ring and be gone while my mood is yet fair. I did, one of the changes I like in the subsequent game was how they changed it to like Carnelian Signet instead of just Bomb Ring in the Super Nintendo version, which kind of gave away the game. My liege. I like little animations as Alara and Cauldron got pushed there, like, wah! Cain, Alara, Cauldron, Alara, forgive me. I did not mean to draw you into this. Cain, what's to forgive? We'll slay this Eidolon of his, and all will be forgotten. You'll be commanding the Red Wings again before you know it. Cain. You must be tired from the city, you know? Leave the preparations to me and get yourself some rest. One of the things I disliked about... I remember so many small things about Final Fantasy IV from, 2 on the Super Nintendo. One of the things that always annoyed me and still kind of does is how often characters just say each other's names. Cain, ... Cecil, ... Rosa. Just, it feel like that happens disproportionately in this game. Cain, you there. Yes? That was real courage you showed back there. I see great potential in you. Cauldron's gotta be so happy at that. How would you like to train with me to prepare to face the Eidolon tomorrow? He's like, could this be the choice that voice... Could this be the choice that voice spoke of? I'm forgetting what choice he's talking about. How should I answer him? Hang on. I'm going back to my old video because I don't remember this. I have a world's worst memory. I got to check this. So I checked back just my last video and I didn't see a voice there. This is the video during the 13 section. I don't remember what voice he's talking about, but the main thing I do remember was that Dr. Mog was basically saying never tamper with the paintings, while Alara was saying, wait, why don't we, that sounds like a silly rule. Why don't we try to help people? So you know what? I think for the role play of it, basically, I think Cauldron here would have a hard time turning this down. Yes, please. Very good. Come with me. Rosa. Cecil. Thank goodness you're all right. The orders from Mysidia came so suddenly I'd worried. We're fine. Small wonder considering we fought mages who did not fight back. Cecil. I'll visit you in your tower later. How many other Final Fantasy games had, like, an already established relationship between two of the protagonists? Like, an already established, like, clearly long-term romantic relationship. Probably not many. Any? Were there any? I don't know. That's actually really unique now that I think about it for this game. Alright, well, let's see what this is. You can now go sparring with Kain. You can now go to Mist Cave. Sparring with Kain. Having accepted his offer to train them in order to help defeat the Espers. Tyro and Alara, I don't think they were called Espers in this game at all. They were always summons or Eidolon, or summon monsters or Eidolons, right? Did any version call them Espers? Tyro and Alara prepare to spar with Kain. Baron Castle, anything hidden here? Can we go into the Ghost Tower? We cannot. That is a cool sprite. It's not a sprite at that point, is it? It's just a model. That is a cool one. I didn't even see what he said. I was just looking at the sprite. Sorry about that. Let's protect yourself first. And by protect yourself, let's throw a bomb at you. Double cut. Just the Kain sprites, the Kain animation there, whatever the Kain model there is just it's just badass the way it's bouncing there. It's just it's incredible. And finishing it off with that. Impressive. You'll make worthy allies. Kain, again, Cauldron being told by Kain that his fighting is impressive is... Boy, that's got to be an ego boost for that kid. Alara too, but Alara doesn't have the same mental relationship with Kain. We're heading to Mist Cave. Let's do it. Oh, yeah, so anything new for Kain? What's Blood of the Wyvern? Deal ranged physical damage to one enemy and cause the user's jump attacks to land instantly for 2 turns. That is very nice against something like the Mist Dragon. Why are we seeing this? Because I thought this would be seeing through Cauldron and Alara's eyes, so I'm not sure why we're seeing stuff where Cauldron and Alara aren't present. Cecil, Your Majesty, what's become of you? Where's the Nobel Knight? That's gonna bother me more than it should. Where is the Nobel Knight? The man who took me in as an orphan and raised me on his own. Yes, he was a foster father. Or, yeah, just not a biological father, is all I mean. Strong, just king I only knew. Is a crystal worth all this? Robbing a peaceful people of what's theirs by right. What fiend could be so great? King's orders or no, there's no forgiving what we've done. Cecil? Much as I praise Final Fantasy IV, Rosa was not a highlight of this game. For me. Won't you tell me what happened? First, you're sent off to Mysidia. It might be the fact that she was captured a bunch of times. Was she captured a bunch of times? Or maybe it was just once. I don't know. But she was captured, and then she was, like, stowed away, and then she... I don't know. I don't know if I didn't like Rosa or how they treated Rosa, but in a game, those two are sort of the same thing, aren't they? First, you're sent off to Mysidia, and now to hunt some beast again so soon? Did something happen in Mysidia? No, it's nothing. Then why won't you look at me? Boop, boop, boo. In the city, we stole a crystal from people who had done no wrong. I've worn this darkened armor for so long now. There's no mote of light left in me. I understand why my younger, edgier self liked Cecil so much. Not even in my heart. Kill not the cringe, kill the part of you that cringes, remember. You can do this. You're a good man, Cecil. I'm a coward. Coward who cannot defy orders he ought not follow. Coward who still won't buy anything bigger than a twin bed. Cecil of the Red Wings is many things, but he is no coward. Not the Cecil who I love. The king is sending you to Mist to slay the Eidolon, isn't he? If anything were to happen to you, I couldn't... Cain will be with me, and 2 small children. I'll be fine. It's late. You should get some rest. Be careful. Use the children as human shields or hostages if you need to. Thank you, Rosa, but I know what I've become. It is a really I mean... It is a rough story. Just the... He basically has to... He starts out the game by murdering innocents and has to betray his caste. Not betray, but he has to go against the wishes of his king and father. Like, that's some heavy, intense stuff going on. Quick look ahead. We got the mist by the exit. Yeah, I guess we're going there. Leave this place. What do we got? Oh, just some goblins or imps. That goblin hit me for 50. That is the strongest punch any goblin has ever delivered for a starting goblin. You know, there's eventually, like, the little murderers that you get, or the imp captains and stuff, but... And there's that one imp that, like, just targets itself over and over, and if you hit it with lightning, like, it destroys you or something. But for a starting imp, I don't think any of them have ever hit that hard. Though, proportionally, my character is fine. Like, I'm not level 1 at this one, I'm level 10, so it makes sense. It was just unusual to see that a hit for, like, 50 from a regular, for one of those imps. Across we go. That was where Theodore falls, right? That bridge. No treasure there. Yeah, just clear straight on through. Men of Baron. Where's Alara? Speaking of Men of Baron, where's Alara right now? I guess Alara is part of my sprite. You know who we are? Leave at once, no harm will befall you. I will abide no further trespass. Cain, show yourself. You mean to ignore my warning? We must deliver this bomb ring to the village of Mist Beyond. We come in peace. So be it. The mist is gathering. That's a cool mist animation. How it sucks them in like a vortex. I like that. Legendary boss music. Utterly legendary. I'm gonna risk just a regular jump first. Sure, let's Bone Crusher. Bone Crusher's the one that hurts him too. And let's... I'm not gonna shell, because... Let's just Dark. We're definitely using Goblin. With the steroid-wielding goblins we've seen so far in this cave. Alright, now for this one... Let's Bone Crusher again. We don't need to preserve our health. I think we're okay. Goblin again. And I'm going to Blood of the Worm this time. I probably should have just attacked. Actually, turns out it doesn't even matter. That's disappointing. I feel like that's just poor testing of the fight on the game's part. They have full control over my character's level and abilities, and they still make it so I don't even get to see the core mechanic of the boss. You just kill it too quick. It's not a big deal. Like, I've seen this boss before, but it feels like they messed up. Is something wrong, Cold Run? Cecil, the ring. Consistent. I've criticized this game a lot, and so I think it's at least fair that I praise it where where it deserves. And the sprite animations, just the way that they use that sprite animation in the soul breaks, and like the way the bomb was like kind of coming out, just the way they blend it with like more modern graphics is intensely good. I mean, what is this? This is what we were sent to do. You wish this village torched. But why? Why? Cecil. Like, there's a real ethical conundrum for Cold Run there. He had to sit and watch this happen when silence resulted in, again, the burning of families, the burning of innocence. This poor kid. You knew this would happen, didn't you? Oh, Cold Run. At least... Never mind. I was going to say, I thought she was going to be like, oh, Cold Run, like, I'm so sorry you had to go through this. No, she's like, Cold Run, you screwed up. You monster. Girl sobbing. What's that sound? And I'm kind of, I really don't know where I land. I think I still land with it's fiction. And so you can safely back off and not feel like you're not helping people. I think you could treat this as like a holodeck sort of thing until we know better. I think that's it. I don't think these are like actual people. I think this is like a holodeck, but I'm not sure. I don't know if this is a dimension to another world or something. Mother, you can't just die just because your dragon did. I've heard of their lot, men who can conjure eidolons. And, yeah, men who can conjure eidolons. You're looking at, yeah, well, people who can conjure eidolons, I guess, summoners. The dragon we slew was her mother's. You're the ones who killed her dragon? Forgive us. We had no idea this was happening to your mother. And I don't blame him for that. He really didn't. His Majesty sent us to eliminate every last one of these people. No. This is the whole, like, testing his faith thing. I like this moment a lot, Cain. Foul work to be sure, but we'll need to kill the girl as well. Cain. It's her or us, Cecil. Stop, you can't. She's a child. You'd betray your king? Betray him. Any man who'd wish for this is no king of mine. It's a tough thing to do, even in this circumstance. Thought you might say that. Then... I owe His Majesty not much, but not so much I'd soil the Dragoon's name in his. And I think he meant that. I think that was... there's no... Oh, I didn't mean to tap that. I don't think there's any part of him that was, like, playing for time or, like, just seeing what Cecil would say and going to go along with it anyway. I don't... No. Cain is sincere. Despite his turns later. Baron's army is the mightiest in the world. Our flight means nothing if we remain alone. We must treat with other nations, share what we've seen. And Rosa, she must share our flight. And she will. Thank you. I'm not doing this for you. I forgot about that part. Like, the whole, like, unrequited love thing from Cain. That's what he meant there, right? Him doing this for Rosa. Huh? Quickly, we mustn't linger here. Bros before hoes, dude. What of the girl? No, I think if Rosa went for him, I don't know if he's like a bros first type. If Rosa legitimately was like, you know what? I'm bored with Cecil. Cain, I'm with you now. I don't know what Cain would have done. What do you think Cain would do in that case? I mean, it's up to, hopefully, I don't know. It's not like, I think he'd probably feel like he was betraying Cecil. I think he'd probably brood about it, but he'd hope that, but he wouldn't do anything without Cecil's go ahead. Anyway, we take her with us. Come, it's not safe here. Take my hand. Yeah, that's not a winning proposition. No. Cauldron? Cecil, please don't. Just leave her be. If Cauldron is like me at all, he has the same fear of titanic creatures, of giant beings that I do in real life. And so he's probably just got to be crapping himself right now about the prospect of Titan rising up out of the ground to just wreck shop. We've no time. Use force if you must. Hey, no! Stay away! Wait. Leave me alone, I hate you! Yeah, yep. Oh, I'm so used to seeing him alone that, like, or seeing him, like, to seeing a smaller group here, I was like, why is Cain here? But no, Cain's not here. Are you okay, Lara? I think so. The girl is unharmed. Cain. Cain! That's not the kind of name calling I mean, by the way. Like, it's more like when they're standing right next to each other and one's just like, Cain. They're like, that's the, like, here they're just calling out. There's a purpose to it. I don't know. Well, I cannot stay here. We need to take this girl someplace safe. Yes, sir. Give me Cain. Is that going to pop us out of the painting? Good, because that desert part sucks. You can now go to Kaipo. Oh, never mind. I guess we're still doing the desert part. Though concerned about Cain's whereabouts, Tyro and Lara managed to arrive at the village of Kaipo along with Cecil and the young girl, last of the summoners. Cecil, you've woken. Thank goodness. So this is where the Baron Guard's gonna barge in and try to kill her. You still haven't told me your name. ... I won't ask you to forgive me. It's my fault you lost your mother. I'm thinking of whether that's even a little bit of a Weasley way to say it. Like, if I killed someone, if I killed person A and I told person A's daughter, it's my fault you lost person A, like, that would still be a little bit like mistakes were made-y of me, but, you know, no, this is, it's not like he didn't, to be fair, Cecil wasn't actually just striking down the mother, like, directly. I think it's fair that, I think this is actually fair, never mind. Please, at least allow me to take you someplace safe. And off to bed. Another just... Oh, yeah. I like that little look where she's, like, considering it. General, it seems we found you, Lord Cecil. Please, you must listen. His Majesty... Oop. Our orders come directly from His Majesty's own mouth. Surrender the girl, and he will pardon all you've done. I don't think he would pardon all he's done. I think if he surrendered the girl, I think Kaynazo would still see him as too much of a threat. The inhabitants of Mist represent a threat to us all. They must not be allowed to live. What? What are you saying? She's just a child. Please don't do this. Stand aside. I think I'd rather not. That frigging music is so good. Okay. We'll start with a weak polka. We'll bone crusher the... Is there a back row penalty? Like if I attack the general in the back row in this game, will it do less damage because there's still people in the front row, or does it not quite work like that? We'll bone crusher the back row. Actually, no, this is one where we're supposed to just kill the... If I remember, I don't even know if it's possible to kill the general before you kill the others, so... Usually the general just flees at the end, doesn't he? So we should probably just focus on the smaller soldiers. Oh, never mind. Maybe we can. Attack! Huh. Okay. A little slow. We'll crush some more bones. And we'll fire person in the back. Oh, you know what? Cecil might die. Does it even say, like... Key strategy, ignore the general, defeat the soldiers. My bad. My bad. I should have remembered my Final Fantasy IV. I don't think I want to do darkness. I think I will die if I do darkness. Actually, you know what? Fabula heal. Yeah, let's do the soul break heal. Attack! Okay, you know what? Let's play life. Let's live life on the edge. Let's darkness it. Okay, we're good. I wasn't sure how much life darkness was gonna take out of Cecil. I was a little bit of a butt clench moment. We were still gonna win, I just wasn't sure if I didn't want to have him KO'd. I'm sorry, it's all my fault. It's really not. Literally none of this is your fault. You've nothing to apologize for. It's I who've wronged you, and apologies cannot right the things I've done. But you protected me. The Let's Be Friends music. My name's Rydia. Rydia. Thank goodness. I remember as a kid not being sure if it was I think I pronounced it Rydia for a while, and then I stopped, because it's clearly Rydia. Yeah. Yeah, Cauldron agrees. I wonder. What if I told the truth? Would any of this have happened? Am I really doing the right thing? A really tough question. A strong movie recommendation, if you're in the mood for a very good rom-com, is Stranger Than Fiction. The basic premise being a writer who, or being a person who you know, figures out that he's going to, who figures out, like, he starts hearing a voice and it turns out to be a narrator, and there's like a real life author that turns out has been writing his story, and she would normally, to make a great book, want to have to kill him and has to decide whether, you know, he's fictional or not. And Stranger Than Fiction is a very sweet movie, and I strongly recommend it based on what I'm seeing here anyway. We're going to the underground waterway. Okay, no, this is not the after years. We're not going to see this 17 times. Was Goblin actually a summon in the original Super Nintendo version? Old woman. We found that poor young child collapsed outside the village, completely incoherent. Seems to have succumbed to desert fever on the way from Baron, the little dear. Keeps mumbling the name Cecil over and over. How'd she even get here? Rosa. I guess the way we went wasn't the only way to get to Kaipo. She probably... I don't know how she got here, actually. How did the Baron soldiers get here? Just airship, maybe? Probably just taxied and hired an airship. Oh, Rosa. Or were the Red Wings the only airships in Baron? No, there were clearly other airships in the world. They're the strongest and fastest. Cecil. Please, Cecil, be alive. Old man. Desert fever can be cured by exposure to the light of a Damsian sand pearl. Obtaining one, however, is no simple task. They can only be found within a cave where an Antolian dwells? An Antolian? Isn't just an antlion? Is it actually going to have a different name in this game, or is this just a typo? I'm curious. Stay tuned. Wayward... Okay. Now, this is also something where, in between sessions, I saw a comment from Elmeron that this is... The Final Fantasy IV stuff is where they start hiding little out-of-the-way stuff to see. So I'll keep an eye out for it, but I didn't see anything so far, but I might go back if I missed something, because I'm really curious if they have included it yet. Sword Rat Goblin. Blade Blitz should take care of all that. Probably actually overkill. My bad. If those show up, by the way, do they show up from the beginning, or like every time I complete a thing, do I have to scan through it to see if a new one has showed up? And also, will there be any like ones that show up that don't show up? Like, if like I remember in the original original game, you could like there was a secret behind the waterfall, I think, or in like one of the versions there was a secret behind the waterfall. Will I ever like tap on the waterfall and like, ooh, even though it's not shown, like there's going to be a hidden thing there? Probably not. That would be a little bit far. No crystal water. Okay. Sage Tella. You know, you knight, you wield the dark sword, do you not? I beg you, lend me your aid. You're getting the full spectrum of my old people voices, all like 1.5 of them. Cecil, what's happened? My daughter Anna was tricked by a silver-tongued bard. He's taken her to Damsian Castle. I fear I've little time. I sense something sinister. Anna, you said. Then you must be Tella. The very same. I came in pursuit of my daughter, but I cannot get through the waterway. A great monster lurks in the lake beyond, and it will not let me pass. The devil is strong, I warn you. My magic alone is no match for it, but perhaps with your dark sword as well, we might defeat it. And this girl... A summoner, is she not? And one with quite some potential from the looks of it. We need to reach Damsian too. Then the choice is made for us. Let us make haste. Okay, we're making haste. Underground Waterway 2. So let's see what Tilla can do. Yeah, we got the full Final Fantasy IV size party here. Drain. Just dark magic and steal HP from one target. Recall. Is this going to be just a random black magic ability? Yeah, random black magic spell. Okay. Okay. South Waterway B2. Alright, we'll stick a scan around here. See the chest there, which we'll get to eventually, but I don't think it's a hidden thing. Zoop down here. Unless, again, I'm not sure how often I'm supposed to be checking for secrets. Like, maybe in that instance there was something up there that I didn't see, but I don't know. I'd be surprised if that were the case. Maybe I shouldn't be surprised, though. I don't know. Aegis Crystal Water, okay. I've used 0 Crystal Water so far, by the way. I'm just so nervous about misusing it or using it on characters I won't need to. So, yeah, I've basically held off from using Crystal Water. Same thing with Magia Crystals. If you have any suggestions for how to use Magia Crystal, because I'm starting to have a few characters that for the harder stuff, for like outside of record dungeons, I'm pretty sure I know I want to use in my longer term party. But even then, I'm not sure how to use what to use Magia Crystals on. Is this going to be a boss? No, that's just a regular fight, right? We can rest here. The world's largest save circle. Why is Cauldron up past his bedtime? Asleep already? She must have been exhausted. This child, where is she from? Which one? Oh, Rydia. She's a summoner from the village of Mist. Indeed, then my eyes were not mistaken. She has great potential. With practice and training, she should be able to master many spells. Though that does not explain the strange power I sense from the two of you. Huh? Where? If you wish not to say, I won't force you. We can but tell that you are both good at heart. Can you? Isn't that right, Cecil? Indeed. They have both been a great help to me. I trust them implicitly. Yeah, you kind of... Something about the painting's magic, I think, makes that happen. Makes the protags trust us implicitly. Cecil. My apologies, I needn't have brought it up. Pay it no more heed. Such a darling little face, too. She reminds me of my Anna when she was young. Your daughter. My one and only. Deceived by some wandering bard and whisked away to Damcian. All because I refused to give them my blessing. You probably should have given them your blessing. And you, what drives you to Damcian? A friend of mine is suffering from desert fever in Kaipo. I see, and you seek for a sand pearl. Then haste drives you as well. Even my magic could not avail you against the foe you face. Really? The antlion? Magic doesn't work against the antlion? Or maybe he's just saying, like, my magic wouldn't be enough. Like, yeah, like, we need a party for this. Cecil, the monster of the lake. What manner of creature is it? A vicious one with 8 massive writhing tentacles. But if we are to save your friend and my Anna, we must find a way to slay it. I pray these premonitions of mine are only an old man's fretting, but if they prove true, our time is short. I don't know if this is an old man voice or just a bad old man voice, or if it's just like a bad Bane voice. I feel like it's one of the two. I was born in the darkness. Alright, North Waterway. So I know that this was a secret. Can I click on it? No. But I remember that this was a thing where you had to, like, go through this passage, and you could go up and around to here to get to this treasure chest. I'm gonna call that this treasure chest is the first of the secret things. So we can go there, or we can go there. Yeah, we're gonna go there. I've played this game. Yeah. Okay. Oh, we got a mithril. Okay. You know what? It's the regardless of what, even if it had pretty much nothing in there, which it kind of did, I'm glad we found it. Oh, it's so much better to go through this place without the random battles every 2 seconds. Especially since you could have gotten a mini-mage. And because... Oh, that's interesting. And so this is probably a sign that you could... that there was a secret in the other room, because you could go back, right? This is telling you can go back? Yeah. So if you missed... that's telling you that there might have been something you could have missed. I like that. The beast awaits us down below. Mr. Wayne? Yeah, the real bad part of this place was getting frogged constantly by the toads, and eventually getting mini-maged by the getting minied by the mini-mages. Because you just, I don't know, it was not easy to cure those status effects. I mean, I think you had that staff that could heal status effects, but like it had like Asuna as part of it, the heal staff, but wasn't super easy. No treasures down there. In these battles, by the way, I'm just auto-attacking is just fine. That's why I'm tending to cut them out. Okay. We got treasure chests there. I don't seem to remember any secrets in this area. Yeah, let's get some loot. More crystal water. I really have to start using that stuff. At the same time, I'm glad I waited, because my planned main party was different from what I have now, because it turns out that it's not just based on your favorite characters, it's based on, like, who you get the good soul break gambling loot rolls for. I still hate that as a system. I've been enjoying this game. I hate that that's the way that you get the good loot, that it's not through gameplay challenges, that it's through pulling the slot machine and hoping you get it. It's just such a bad design. It makes me upset. It makes me angry, because this feels like there's potential here for this to be a much better game than it ended up being. Hello, there he is, Octomammoth. I'm sure that the game I'm thinking of would have made less money. Oh, this I don't want to do auto battle for. My bad. Okay, so we're going... What kind of lightning magic attacks do we have? Thundara, there we go. Death Throws. I actually don't know what Death Throws is. Let's try Death Throws. Ramu. Oh, yeah. I have to remember to check some of these abilities, because, like, I don't know what Blade Bash does. I also think it's a mistake that you can't... I'm holding that right now. Like, that you can't hold it and see the description of what it does. That seems like a big mistake in this game. Box Step. Let's see what Death Throws does. Okay, so Death Throws... Ah, heavy damage, but it inflicts like a short doom on the target. Interest on the user. I like that a bit. I like that. That's a really neat variant on like the different self-damaging Dark Knight abilities. I really like that. That's a creative one. Recall. It's probably not going to be better than Thundara. Let's recall just for the fun of it, though. Same thing with this. Darkness and Ramu. And let's Power Break. I should have done that first. Fabula Heal. We have no need for Fabula Heal. Let's Box Step again? I don't know. Again, I don't know if Box Step stacks, but... Lazara. Yeah, not bad, but... There's very few abilities that you could find that would be better than Thundara in this context, probably. Ooh. 2781. It's vulnerable to darkness more than lightning? Interesting. Or maybe it was vulnerable to lightning too. I assume it's vulnerable to lightning, but I'm surprised it's vulnerable to dark damage. Alright, Antlion's Den. Wait, did they say Antlion's Den? Yeah, Antolian's Den, my butt. That was just a editing typo that wasn't caught, I guess. The Octomammoth defeated. Tyro. Okay, yeah. Alright, so what are the abilities we have here? Anything new? We got Edward joining the party. Wasn't he called Gilbert in one of the games? I think it was called Gilbert at one point. I don't know why. Requiem, magic non-elemental damage to one target. Bard is one of the jobs I want to start playing around with more in the other part of the game. I don't know what to call that in the non-record dungeons, I guess. Enveloping Etude, raise the defense of all allies. Non-magic, non-elemental one, and raise defense. Okay, and what's your soul break? Fabled Song, protect and major regen to all allies. That sounds like a pretty good one. Not that good, but pretty good. And so you're switching to Shiva. Interesting. This is the icon they have for Shiva is like the Final Fantasy V version of the icon. Blizzard Strike, so we're going to be dealing with some kind of fiery stuff. How much war trauma will these kids get in the span of all these adventures? Anna, oh Anna. No. Whoa. What's going on? What is going on? This is not... That's me. You're like seeing yourself? Hold run. And Alara. But what's wrong with her? This is like a prophecy? Oh, this is... Okay. Hold on, snap out of it. This is disturbing. Alara, are you okay? I'm fine. Never mind me. We need to help Anna. I think you know that she's beyond help. Tell her. You're that bard. You're the one responsible for this. No, please. Out of my way, Coldrun. Please, tell her, calm down. Don't try to stop me. But Anna's still alive. What? Oh. Nice job. You stopped him before they even had to have that little mini fight. You also stopped him from getting called a spoony bard, but I can forgive you. I guess they don't always include that translation, do they? For some reason. Oh, Anna. There's life left in you yet? So that was interesting, because that was Cauldron actually intervening to stop something that would have been a small story beat, but an actual story beat, that fight. Edward, he is the Prince of Damcian. He disguised himself as a bard to avoid attention. Forgive me, Father, for running off with him. Edward, I'm in love with him, Father. But I could not stay without my father's blessing. I was about to return when... Edward, the Red Wings laid siege to us, led by a man named Golbez. Golbez? Oh, that's Cecil. Golbez. Yes, a figure clad in armor of deepest night, strength beyond that of mortal man. Where was Golbez in the lead up to this? Like, for the last, like, let's say the last year in game time, where was he? Was he just, like a Dark Knight in Baron's army, like, somewhere else? Was he disguised as... Did he just come from somewhere else and just take power? It's not unheard of. I mean, in Final Fantasy II, like, Leon went from Dark Knight to... Leon went from, like, friend of the heroes to, like, a general in Emperor Palamecia's army within, like, span of 2 minutes, basically. So, like, it's not an unheard of story decision, but is there like a more canonical answer for, like, what Golbez has been doing in the lead up to all this? Because if he was, my thought was, because in normal situations he would have been like a lower ranked person who was elevated up, but Cecil would have known him if that was the case. Especially if he was another Dark Knight, because I don't think Dark Knights are like a dime a dozen. The Red Wing's purpose. Our crystal, and then they rained fire upon us. I lost my mother and father, then Anna tried to shield me from their arrows. You love this man that much? Father, please, forgive me. I was so selfish. That's more like Tella who was being selfish. No, I don't know. Tella's... I can't blame Tella that much. I mean, I think the whole idea of needing to give your blessing is a weird one, but, like, you don't have to automatically approve of every person. And if he thought Edward was really just some, like, skeevy rock musician, like, coming in to, like, sweep her off her feet to bring Anna to, like, his heroin pad and, like, in Crackden, and just kind of, like, I think you can say at the same time that you shouldn't need the father's blessing, while at the same time saying the father doesn't have to approve of everyone that the daughter likes and can counsel her against stuff. I mean, Edward's a good dude, so, like, I don't know how Tella came to the conclusion that maybe he just... I don't know how he came to what he saw about Edward that made him think Edward sucked, but anyway. Anna, Edward, I love you. Anna. Anna! This Golbez. Tell me more of him. I've heard he came to Baron only recently. Okay, so I don't know where he was before then, but he came since Cecil left, presumably, or maybe when... Because Cecil was out on a mission also in the lead up to the game's start. Like, he was out to Mysidia. Was Mysidia the first crystal they took? I think it was. The first crystal that he took as captain of the Red Wings. I think it was, so he might have come in during that period. It seems he is using the Red Wings to steal crystals. Tears do not bring back the dead boy. Anna's death must be avenged. Mourning is for wimps. I'll find this Golbez. Oh, and this is the part where Rydia gets to enforce toxic masculinity, right? Ella, not alone. Bop. She was not your daughter. Her killer will die by my hand. Anna. I don't like this. I don't like it. I don't mind it as a character beat, but I don't like that the game basically seems to agree with it. Rydia, coward. You're a man, aren't you? A grown man. Stop crying. I have. Rydia. This stuff, they keep saying her name. I don't know. Maybe it's a thing in all games, but I just noticed it especially in this game. Edward, you're right. I'm nothing but a coward, just as you say. It's okay to take, like, a minute and a half to mourn your lost love. It's fine. You're allowed to cry. It's okay. That's why I'm going to stay at Anna's side. It doesn't matter anymore. Nothing does. Like, after... You're not the only one who's grieving. And I get that, like, if once he's decided that, I think it's okay to, like, talk to him and tell him other ways to go about grieving, but, like, he didn't even get to say that before he got called a coward. Yeah, and this is, Final Fantasy Record Keeper, where Cold Run rips a child's grieving response as insensitive. Yeah, so, I know there's other context here. Anna would not wish to see you fawning like a fool. Please, I've desperate need of your help right now. But how could I help you? My name is Cecil. A friend of mine is taken ill with desert fever in Kaipo, and she needs a sand pearl if she is to live. And for that, I've need of your aid. Right, it has to be Damsian royalty that gets this sand egg, usually. Right, like that Damsian royalty is like, in most cases, on chill terms with the antlions. You need my aid. I do. Rose's life depends on it. I beg you. This woman you speak of, she means a great deal to you, doesn't she? As Anna did to me. In a cave far to the east dwells a monstrous creature known as an antlion. The pearls you seek form the fluid this beast secretes as it lays its eggs in the sand. I never thought of that. That's pretty gross. I never thought of the... I guess I didn't know what the sand pearls were, but boy, that's not what I was expecting from them. Come, we must hurry. And that final farewell, here we go. Farewell, my love. By the way, and Edward became, I think, if I remember, Edward had the biggest glow up in the after years. From a main character here, where he just became this, like, politically savvy, sharp, shrewd, like, I really liked him in the after years. All right, let's see what we got here. Nothing I see just yet, so we'll just move forward. Pudding. I'll be curious if the puddings are... Let me just try a physical attack against a pudding. A weird sentence. Alright, let's try just a physical attack against the pudding and see if it hits. I'm guessing it won't, but maybe it will. Oh, never mind. I guess it does. Okay, we'll just auto, I guess. I love that animation. Edward's attack animation, I've always loved. I was always sad in Final Fantasy IV that he wasn't more of a core character, because I would have loved to see that become... So I like the more linear games in terms of class design, but I do wish the characters stuck around more. Like, I wish that you could have swapped in, instead of Rydia, that you could have swapped in Palom, or that if instead of, you know, if you wanted to go with, like, a healer, a black mage, and a support, you could have gone with, instead of 3 melee, you could have gone with Edward instead of Kain or something. Like, I do wish that, I think there is a more flexible version of Final Fantasy IV out there, like in some possible universe that uses its linear class system in just a more open way. So nothing up there. Just double checking, yeah, because this... Can we get... No, we can't get there. Nothing there. And that comes a little bit later. But we might end up coming back there. I don't know. I wonder if there's even a modded version of Final Fantasy IV out there that lets you keep the characters. That lets you, again, go with, like, Yang instead of Edge in the later parts of the game, that sort of thing. Can we go into this door? We can go into that. This is... Aha! The question is, what of these is the... Which of these is the path of progress? So the path of progress is to get over there. So let's start with this door. Because this goes back to the prior floor, right? No, this is just a small room. Okay. Still. I like that they started to include this. Just a... Again, there's no fights along the way. It's just a nice way to reward you for paying a little bit more attention. Or just some variant. I appreciate it. Right, so from here... So we can't... So this is the thing that goes back to the prior floor. So they're skipping that for right now. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Anything else here? No, we're just going down. You know, it hits me that for all the after years rightfully gets crapped on, in my opinion, rightfully. I mean, it still has some good elements, but one of those good elements is that it actually does the thing I wish that Final Fantasy IV's original version did, in that as you get to the later parts of the game, it really does let you mix and match from this big party all over the place. Like, it lets you, you know, switch out different black mages and use the whole cast rather than just the part of the cast they choose for that moment. If they ever decide to remake Final Fantasy IV, I don't do like a full remake the way they did with 7. I kind of hope they would change it so that the more party members stay with you as you go. I don't think the story... I think some parts of it, fine. Like, let Palom and Porum get turned to stone. But then, once they get back, you know, maybe let you be the person who frees them. Or let them join your party again afterwards. Or... Instead of Edward just kind of sitting and recovering, let him actually recover and then join the party. Like, I think that would be an actually good change without hurting the heart of the story. Antlion destruction. What does destruction mean? I don't know why it says destruction there. Uses only physical attacks, paralyze, sometimes counters physical attacks with... Right, I forgot about the counters physical attacks with pincers. Key strategy, enveloping A2, okay, tracing battle speed to... When I have weight on, and it's weak against ice and absorbs water. Interesting that it absorbs water. Antlion's Nest. This should be just a straight shot. There was nothing on the sides even in the base game. Edward. This is where the antlion lays her eggs. Antlions are quite docile. I don't know why you called it... When they're quite docile, I don't know why you called her a monstrous being before then. Like, just like a few just in the last section back in the castle. They won't harm humans. Here, let me take one of her pearls. Jump! Ah! Rydia, with me. Where's Alara in this scene? Why doesn't Alara get her own sprite? Okay, so we're gonna go... let's break out the Shiva. I don't want to attack, so I'm hesitant to use Armor Break. So let me not do that. Let me just defend. For the moment, at least. Enveloping Etude. I guess we'll risk it with Blizzard Strike. It's probably worth it for that. And let's do Goblin. Oh, the pincer counter doesn't do that much. I seem to remember it just obliterating me when I did it too much in Final Fantasy IV, but it's actually, never mind. Here, it's okay. All right, armor break you. Let's Requiem. Let's Asuna, because Shiva's going to be our heaviest hitter. And Goblin again. Such a good design, the antlion. It's just like this particular antlion is just... I don't know, it's just so otherworldly. The way its eyes are like those hooked things, like almost like octopus. No, octopuses have the W eyes, but like those slits, those like curved slits. Not even like cat eyes, more alien than that. Yeah, armor break. And let's just go ham. Requiem, Blizzard Strike, the whole 9 yards. Oh, never mind, we didn't even need that. While we're on the Final Fantasy IV After Years praise, the band strikes were also incredible. Those were really, really cool. It's back to Kaipo. See, Rosa. The light of the sand pearls shone on Rosa's face. All the moisture secreted by the antlions just gooping down. Fast recovery. Cecil, you're safe. Oh, thank goodness. Boop, boop, boop. What were you thinking, Rosa? They told me you died in the earthquake at Mist, but I knew it couldn't be true. Forgive me, I didn't mean to make you worry, but... Rosa, what's this talk of a man named Golbez? The king called upon him to lead the Red Wings in your stead. So he's... I think it's just meant to me that he was like an outside... Or it's almost seen as like an outside hire, like a mercenary type deal who was hired into their army. I think that's... I mean, that's not who he actually was, but like that's the story I think that was put forth. His Majesty has been acting even more peculiarly since Golbez came to Baron. He's not himself. So, it's only when Golbez came to... So maybe the idea is that Golbez was there and just Cecil just did for a while and Cecil just didn't know about him, because presumably Golbez is the person who was orchestrating this, who killed... Or, no, I think it's still Kainazo who said that he killed Odin. And so, who killed, like, the former, like, King Odin of Baron. And so, presumably, Golbez came to Baron as just, like, unnoticed by Cecil, brought Kainazo with him, then was like, had Kainazo kill Odin, put him on the throne, and has been manipulating things since, maybe? But if Cecil hadn't had this change of heart, then Golbez, I guess, wouldn't have needed to come out to the forefront. He would have stayed behind pulling the strings. I don't know, I just never thought about this before. Rosa, I can't be sure, but I have a feeling Golbez is the one manipulating the king to gain the crystals for himself. Unless... No, never mind. I was going to say unless that actually the person who cast Cecil out really was Odin, who was just being corrupted, but then had a breaking point, and Cecil and Golbez was like, you know what, never mind, let's just get rid of an Odin who still has a heart of gold and just replace him with Kainazo. But no, I think that was definitely Kainazo who started having the crystals come about. The water crystal you took from Mysidia. The fire crystal of Damcian. Babul's wind crystal and the earth crystal of Troya. The fire crystal is already taken. This is Edward, Damcian's prince. It's thanks to him we were able to save you. This is Cauldron and Alara. They served me under me in the Red Wings, I think, maybe? And this is Rydia of Mist. You feel better now? I do, thank you, Rydia. And you, Edward. I'm in your debt too, Cauldron and Alara. Whoever you are. If Damsian has fallen, he'll be swift to move against Fabul. We need to... You need to rest. We'll go to Fabul and warn them. But how? There's only one road that leads there. It lies through Mount Hobbs, and the way is blocked by a wall of impenetrable ice. Rosa. Rydia, you can cast fire, can't you? No, I can't. I don't blame her at all for that. Bah, this poor girl. But you're a summoner. Surely you've learned the spell. The most elementary of all... Sorry, it sounds like I'm clearing my throat and not dying of desert fever. Or recovering from it anyway. Rosa, you're in no condition to be going with us. I'll be fine. I won't be a burden. I am a white mage after all. Yeah, this game seems like the characters in this game, it's as if they forget how important a white mage is to the mechanics of a party. Like, no, don't come with us to the moon. Don't come with us to Fabul. Just, we'll be fine. We'll just toss back potions, I guess. Edward will use healing songs. Cecil, Rosa wants to be with you. All right. We'll all go together. It'll be... Oh, sorry about that. It'll be dark, so we'll go in the morning. I will. Thank you, Cecil. Cauldron. We're back. Lara. I'm so glad Rose is okay. Me too. Cecil said he trusts me. That's right. He's got to feel guilty because you can't, because he trusts you, but you can't, but you're betraying him. You're not betraying him, but you're lying to him, certainly. Yeah, yep. And yet I couldn't bring myself to tell him anything. I could have saved Rydia's mother and Anna, but I didn't. And come to think of it, that vision I saw when Anna died. When Alara collapsed. What could it mean? What if the painting corruption thing going on is trying to entice... What if it's there trying to entice Cauldron to alter the story in some way? It's putting him into all these situations where it's like, are you sure? Don't you want to save a little bit? Don't you want to change the timeline a little bit? And then he, eventually he'll break and be like, you know what, screw it. I'm friends with these people now. I'll change the timeline. And then he changes the timeline and it's like, aha, I am, maybe this is where Chronodia for that after year, or that Final Fantasy 1 super boss comes in. Like, yes, you have changed the timeline. Now it's my turn. I am erupting from the paintings and I will destroy the world. It could be something like that. It legitimately could. Lara. Hey, I don't see Psoon anywhere. Psoon? Psoon's probably out hunting. Lara, can I ask you something? Huh? What is it? The painting. Oh, okay. The magic is getting stronger. Alara, get away! So it's sucking us in this time. Psoon's gone. That's concerning. Oh, shit. That looks like something from Final Fantasy 15. I can't remember what, but wasn't there something like that in like the main landscape there? Oh no, Alara. I'm all right. I dodged the meteor. What is that? That's like, it does look like a something specific crashed through there. What happened? The magic surged out of control. Psoon, where are you? Alara's a very good person. She's concerned about Psoon first of all. Oh no, this is all my fault. If I hadn't told her to wait here. Now she's... No, it's okay. We're gonna find her. Oh, Dr. Mog's here. Cauldron, Alara. What in the world happened here? Hey, Sid. Dr. Mog, Sid, this is all my fault. It's... No, it's mine. No, listen, Spartacus, it's no one's fault. It's like the painting's fault. It's something else. It's all because I fixed the paintings without doing my due diligence. What do you mean? Paintings? In the woods? So that surge of magic and that explosion, that was you? What do you mean your due diligence? What did you... Is he not? I guess he wasn't supposed to go inside the paintings, but... Is he not supposed to go inside the paintings? I thought it was okay to go inside them as long as you don't change the history. Cauldron, what did you do? Don't tell me you went inside. Easy, Dr. Mog. Ah! Oh no, Psoon! Psoon! Did I just see a chocobo come out of Alara, Kupo? What? Was it like hiding in her clothes the whole time? Psoon, hang in there, Psoon. Oh, concerning no Gue. Let me take a look. No outward signs of injury? Looks like she snuck inside your robes, probably just passed out from fright. Presumably you would have noticed her if she was with you in, throughout the Final Fantasy IV stuff. Thank goodness. I'm so glad you're alright, Psoon. Ooh. Alright, Cauldron. Out with it, Kupo. What's going on? Okay. Hold that thought. Back to the airship first. Better talk in there than out here. Very well, Kupo. Besides, this might have something to do with past events. If it does, we'll need to ask them for help. Them, you say? Is this where, like, Wedge and Biggs come in? Wait, you don't mean... No, I absolutely refuse, Kupo. That's unfortunate. Their knowledge is invaluable. Or do you want there to be another explosion? I didn't say that, Kupo. Then put your personal issues aside. Very well, we're in your hands. Good, it's settled. Let's get going. Gotta be Wedge and Bidge. Wedge and Biggs, right? Excuse me, but where exactly are we going? The Royal Arcanium, where the Shadowsmith... Oh, the Shadowsmith, where the Shadowsmith works. You can now go to Light Beyond Darkness. Okay, but let me, before I go that, let me wrap this session up. Then it's going to be a longer one. It's just a test out. I'm not wed to a longer videos, but you can now go to the Antlion, because I wanted to see what this was. What's the Antlion? So you got a bunch of rewards, but... I don't understand what actually is this. Oh! Okay, so this is... I see. Yeah, sure, let's give this a shot. Let's wrap this up with that. Okay, so there's some story behind this. Look, Cauldron, another painting. This is like later, I guess, or in a, I don't know, non-canonical even, I'm not sure. You're right, but that's weird. I don't sense any strange magic from this one. So this is just an ordinary record painting? I think so. We should be able to use our normal items and magic inside. That must also mean we can use whatever heroes we want too. Okay, yep. Makes sense. But it doesn't explain what a painting like this is doing here in the first place. It doesn't explain what any of these paintings are doing here. Did you say something, Cauldron? No, it's nothing. Why are you hiding that from her? Let's keep moving, Alara. So we still get the same... Interesting. Yeah, it just does this. It's probably just like a harder version of this, presumably. It's only 5 stamina, so maybe not that much harder. I don't know. And Cauldron and Alara aren't actually here. They're just... I mean, Cauldron's here because I like using his limit break or his soul break. But all right, so what are we gonna do? Let's Spirouette to start. Sure. Divine Shelter. This is the thing that Almeron suggested I get once I saved up enough enough of the tier 3 stuff. We will Let's just, you know, Ferris, let's just do that. And I'll try to stay away from physical attacks if I can. Summon Eidolon King and Crush Down. I don't think I need to do physical attacks. Or to actual... Oh, you know what? Never mind. Turns out I don't actually need to do anything. Okay. I was expecting this to be like, I don't know, 140 difficulty or something, but no, it's... Never mind. Okay. I don't know why they have this. It's weird, right? It's a little bit weird. Like, why not... Why mix this kind of stuff in with the record dungeons at all? Like, the record dungeons are so nice in that they're, like, controlled difficulty. There's nothing wacky. It's... I don't know what... Even as an optional thing, this feels like it's almost out of place to put in the record dungeons. Anyway, that's it for me for now. Next time, we will continue on to Chapter 2, The Light Beyond the Darkness. So thanks for watching, and I will see you all later. Also, let me know what you think about this kind of longer video. Not something I want to do as a default, but like I like having the idea of doing all the Final Fantasy IV stuff in one video and the 13 stuff in one video, but I kind of also like the idea of just keeping it to like 30 or 40 minutes. I don't know. Anyway, see you all later. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.